love it when I turn up the bass.
That sound is insane. Holy moly. Hey, you know what? Hey everyone, we're here with the GT86 with the owner. We're going to just talk about the car a bit, take it for a little drive, and yeah, let's just get straight to it, shall we? Awesome, so we're here with the owner Alex with his GR86.
GT86.
Of course I messed that up.
Almost got
GT86. Yeah, so tell me a bit about the car, Alex. When did you get it?
Yeah, so got it 7 years ago from new, so 2014, and then from standard as well. So and then over the years, just wanted to modify it more and more and more.
Yeah, you've done a lot too, haven't you? Like a lot.
Yeah, from like everything from aero package. I'm sure we'll go into it. In
Yeah,
a
for
bit
sure.
more detail.
Yeah. What did you first get onto it?
So first modification was an exhaust.
Exhaust. That thing at the back.
It was a different exhaust to begin with,
okay,
but
yeah.
then I got another manifold, and that actually made it drone like hell. So we actually then decided to change for a different catback, which was known to kill and eliminate drone.
Yeah.
So we went for that, and like overnight, much better, because otherwise it was just killing you on the motorway. It was horrible.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, so you've got quite a few bits, and you said earlier to me that all your modifications are actually to do with performance as well, right?
Yeah, exactly that. So I mean, well, front end, you know, we've got a functional splitter. I mean, it's functional enough that you can actually stand and it will take your weight on it.
That is insane.
So
most just fall off from the wind, don't they?
Exactly. So you know, it's there for a reason. Same with the canards, the end plates, the hood vents. Like you know, they're actually functional. They are going to be getting all the heat out of the bonnet.
There you go. Just for real proof, isn't it?
Exactly. But yeah, like sort of my whole ethos for this car has just been, you know, like I want it to be a race car, and I want everything to have function over form. So you know, like the hood vents, they're not the prettiest, but they're there, you know, to do its job, because they're known. They've got data backing them on like how much it reduces the temperature in the engine bay, how much it does this, that. Same like the splitter. So the splitter, the end plates, the wing, the hood vents, it's all made by the same company.
Oh right,
so
okay.
It's all sort of made to work with each other.
Yeah.
And that's sort of why I've gone with them, is because I know like that splitter is going to work with the rear wing.
Oh, that's
it's gonna
solid.
work with the diffuser as well, so we can go have a look, because that's where the party is.
Yeah, sure. Dude, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
So she's a bit mucky because she had a track day on Monday and then just didn't have the time to clean it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so various engineering, so they make the wing, so full carbon fiber wing. These little holes here, you can really adjust and dial in the wing. So you know, depending on which track I'm in, I can then just adjust the angle of it to sort of balance the car out. And then, you know, we've got the diffuser, again, functional diffuser. Cut out there used to be a plastic diffuser here, but it would parachute with the wind. Yeah. Because of the twin pipe setup. So cut that out, and you can see it shows off the exhaust quite nicely. So these are Helmholtz resonators, and this is what kills the drone.
Oh, okay.
Which, to be fair, like in its current state, the tyres are louder than the exhaust when you're on the motorway.
Yeah,
so
the tyres, guys, the tyres look absolutely insane.
Yes.
That's insane, dude.
So they're 215 standards. You know, they're renowned for having the Primacy tyres, which are like the same as you get on a Prius, so low resistance.
That's
so
great, yeah, you're on Prius tyres
then. So, but now, you know, we've gone wider for the track, so 255 width, so 17 by 9 wheels. So just to get that extra little bit of traction on it, because it is turbocharged.
Of course,
so I'll
of course.
pop open the engine.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like to be fair, like I really enjoyed it. Naturally aspirated, I had it mapped and everything, exhaust, all that sort of done. Yeah. But then my end goal was I just want it to be as quick as I possibly can on track.
Yeah.
So
this is the first time I'm seeing. Holy moly, dude! What the hell?
Yes. So HKS turbocharger. So it was the first in the country to get the HKS turbo back in 2018, I think it is. Yeah, 2018 is I think I got it. So they're 200 brake horsepower standard. This one has been tuned and mapped for 328 brake. Right. And that's got dyno graphs as well, so it's all proven. And we've mapped it in with reliability in mind, because these turbos, maximum you can get is 450, but issue with these engines is that the con rods are very weak. So like on the motorway and stuff, like high torque and everything, you can just bend the con rods if you're running stupid amount of horsepower. So 350 is like a bit of a safe spot.
Yeah.
They've got coilovers on it, of course the strut brace, which looks carbon fiber. I don't know if it is actually real carbon fiber, and it feels like it's at home. Like,
I mean, this setup is absolutely insane. Like, you have no idea. Like, oh my god. I mean, you have an idea. I have no idea, really.
Yeah. So, and like one of the things that we've tried to go for is just reliability. So, like these pipes here, that's actually an oil cooler hooked up. So through this fog light here, there's an oil cooler. So again, sort of like out on track or just even daily driving, it just keeps the oil temps in a good condition, so that it just keeps everything as reliable as possible.
Right. Yeah.
The guys that mapped my car, Avi Motorsport, they've done so many safety parameters into it as well. So things like the car will not accelerate past 4K and build boost until it is at like operating temp. And same with like if we're out on track and the oil temp starts getting too high, it will then start bringing down the revs and limiting it, so that we can then just let it cool off and everything. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it is, believe it or not, it is still my daily driver.
It's insane.
In this state.
So how much MPG do you get then as a daily driver?
Okay, so
now the real talk starts.
So I mean, in its current state, I think on the motorway I can get about 33 miles per gallon on the motorway. Around town, we're normally looking at about 27, which isn't too bad. That's
pretty good. I was expecting like 15 or 14. I'll be honest. Like,
yes, I mean it's pretty. And to be fair, like before I stuck all the aero on, it could get, even with the turbo, it could do 40 miles per gallon on the motorway. So it's actually quite an efficient car. But then that was kind of like a nice sign that when I saw my miles per gallon drop when I put the aero on, it's like, get less fuel, but then it's actually working than the aero. Like it's actually pushing down, it's generating downforce, it's, you know, bringing down the miles per gallon, and like you feel it. On public roads you don't feel it too much because, you know, you don't really get up to that sort of speeds, but you do feel it when it's wet. When the roads are wet and everything, you really do feel the aero balance and just everything stick it to the floor a little bit better. On track, it's just mental. It's just literally glued to the road. Like on Monday, it was ridiculous. And
honestly, it's insane because I look at this car, and then anyone that looks at this car will probably think Ricer, you know, nothing under the bonnet, and it's just absolutely insane. Like, it's crazy that all of these parts are like with modifications in mind in terms of performance.
Exactly. And it's the same with the front brakes, so the big brake kit, so the AP Racings, because one of the issues that I had on one of the track days is I just absolutely melted the brakes on the stock setup. So the car stopped well on the standard brakes, actually stopped really well, but it can only do that for a couple of turns, and then that's it. My brakes were overheating. So
right. Yeah.
Then we swapped that purely for heat management, really. So it's got floating discs on there, so 2-piece discs floating, Ferodo DS2500 pads in there as well, and it was all just done again just to make it more reliable on track and just manage that heat better, just so that I can have fun in it.
Yeah, for sure. And like, so you said the bucket seats came stock. Obviously the you said that the buckles themselves, well, clearly aren't stock.
Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, these are Toyota OEM seats. So they're actually really good, especially with the harness. Like the harness keeps you nice and held into it, so you don't like move around too much. I will eventually go for some more aggressive bucket seats because I feel like my legs are kind of moving on circuit, but I mean they're really comfortable. they're like on long journeys, never get fatigue or anything. And then like the harness has just made a world of difference as well, especially on track, because you can just, it holds yourself in, so you know you're not using more of your core to kind of hold yourself up. You could just kind of focus more on actually driving the car. And then we've also got a short shifter in there as well, so if you want to go here, then I'll go around the other side. I'll show you the...
Actually, Alex, what we should do is we'll continue this talk inside the car, because I mean we could be here all day talking about it outside, right? So yeah, so we'll catch you guys. Should we go for a ride?
Let's go for it.
All right, cool. Catch you guys in there. Dude, getting into this car, first thing I realised, it's so low.
It's literally like the first thing everybody says when they jump into the site. Bloody hell, it's a bit low, isn't it?
It's so low. And you know what? I missed out so much. Like this gear lever or gear stick, that's not stock.
No,
clearly.
No, it's a short shifter. So literally like.
Oh my god.
That's third, fourth. So it's like super short.
Dude, that looks insane. All right, I guess let's get going.
Cool, right, off we go. What a lot of people love about this car is the fact that it's quite raw. It's kind of got like that old 90s Japanese sports car feel to it. Like even the sort of power steering, it's actually quite heavy. Surprisingly, like I never forget driving my dad's Land Rover Defender, and the steering was lighter on the Defender than it was on this, which really threw me off. I didn't expect, you know, like a big Defender like. But yeah, so, and that's one of the main comparisons that a lot of people have found compared to the Supra, is that the 86 is much lighter as well.
Yeah.
I mean, these standard are 1,260 kilos. Yeah. A Supra I think is like 1,500 odd, 1,600. Right. And a lot of people say that you can feel that weight difference. And I think it's a thing that a lot of people that, you know, look at the 86 and are like, oh, it's only 200 brake horsepower, it's slow.
It's definitely not going to be slow.
Yeah, especially on this one with all the turbocharger, which.
So it was, you said 288, was it, BHP?
So 200 stock. 200 stock. And then I've got 328. 328
BHP. Your torque is?
Torque, I can't remember. I looked this up for a friend the other day. It's not massively torquey. Yeah. That is one issue with it's a boxer engine, so 4-cylinder boxer, naturally aspirated standard, and then that's a bolt-on turbo. So they're not the most torquey things, and like you can feel it with this because it gets a little bit of turbo lag. Yeah. And then as soon as you get to like about 5k, that's when it like really starts to take off.
Sends off. Yeah.
Because I mean, if I give it a little blast now.
That sound is insane. Holy moly. And you know what? Everything about this car has sound to it. Yeah. So like, that's insane. The turbo spooling, that, just heard that, insane. Like, was that the dump valve, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's got an internal blow-off valve, I think. Yeah, so it gives it that sort of, like, the real sort of Japanese sports car, like, turbo.
You only ever feel that in the new, well, not the new ones, but the Fords, the STs.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can get that in the Ford STs, but they're not like, you know, it's cooler than this car. It's way cooler than this car.
That's your comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she picks up like pretty quick. Yeah. So once the turbo kicks in, and that's a good thing, is, you know, it's quite a small turbo in compared to a lot of things. Like it doesn't spool up as quick as, like, you know, an OEM modern turbo. So you know, I've raced friends with like an M2 and an M140, and especially like those cars, they're like, it's almost like they don't have turbo lag. Yeah. This has got a little bit of it, but it's again, like once it's up to speed, it just goes.
Yeah. We'll see if we get like a straight, clean road.
Yeah, that's it. Like we
really need that, don't we? And you know what, the thing I like the most about this car sitting in it is the sound your short shifter makes.
Yeah,
it's so satisfying.
So clunky, like, and just like a race car, like.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's one of the things that lured me to it, because I always kind of wanted one, but then I didn't want to do a short shifter and keep it sort of down low. I wanted it up high to again sort of give it that race car feel. Yeah. And it kind of lets in a little bit of transmission noise as well, so you can kind of hear the transmission whirring.
Sure, yeah.
And it's like every little bit is just trying to make it like a little bit more race car.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love you got the JDM stickers going on.
Yeah.
Oh, one mod we didn't talk about. Your number plate. That mod makes it so fast, for sure.
Oh yeah, easily 5-10 brake horsepower instantly.
For sure. And it's insane. Like, if you don't mind me asking, how much was that number plate? Because that number plate is definitely sought after.
So, believe it or not, so it was one of my friends at my old job. He came up to me and was like, Alex, I need to show you something. And it was on Instagram, and I thought, it's going to be like another 86 or something. Yeah. And he was like, that. And it was just J66 pan. And he was like, that would look sick on your car.
So
and to be fair, like, I've been thinking for ages of like a personalised number plate, but just didn't know what to get. And then as soon as I saw that, I was like, right, need it. And then he said, it's with one of my mates. So I could probably get mates rates for you. Do you want me to inquire? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. £350.
£350?
£350 for it.
No way. 350?
Yeah.
I've like got friends that are looking for like plates like after their name, and their names aren't really common.
Yeah, okay.
But they're still like £6,000, which is like insane. I don't know. I've never inquired about plates. I don't know how much they normally are.
Oh, it's mental.
That's
like
insane.
They just vary so much, and at the end of the day, it's just a number plate.
It is
so much, and that's why I got it. Like if it wasn't for the fact that it just it was just one of those moments where I saw it and I knew that is it. And
I need that on my car. It's insane.
Exactly.
I don't think I have actually seen a number plate as good as that. Like honestly, like
cheers, man.
Like, have you like? I mean, maybe you get like 3 letter number plates, but like Japan on your number plate,
yeah, like
it's just way too cool.
Like literally, the only thing that could be closer is J4 Pan.
Yeah, exactly.
But right, it looks like we're
clear. Oh man, that blow off valve, that sound is just so nice. So nice.
It's so bad because I'm trying to like, sometimes I'll be like, I just want to drive nice and calm and everything.
But you can't.
And then as soon as you hear the turbo start spooling up and then you change gear, it's like, that's it, right, I'll give it
You can never drive this car like nice, and it's just not made for that.
Because it's like, now it's like, nah, we'll just give it.
Oh, it's good. Oh, that's good. And the sounds, honestly, I just can't get over the sounds. This car is just made for your ears.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's just made for your ears. Like,
and it's funny because like standard, you know, they're really not something that special at all. They, you know, a lot of people say that the flat 4 sounds quite a bit bland, but this is like.
That does not sound bland. That is insane. Like, I think this whole video is just going to be just like you crying about how good the sound is.
This thumbnail is definitely going to be you like.
Be like crying my eyes out about it. And the whole matching red stick, and it's just too much. It's just too much to take in. This is probably the best car I've like been in terms of like. I mean, I've been in a few nice cars, but this is like.
Is this sort of, yeah, it's a sort of one-on-one, like, you know, because I think, you know, the 86s, they are quite rare in the country, you know, there's only a couple of thousand, so, you know, it's not like, you know, more often I'll see more Porsches and things like that than I do another 86. Yeah. So, like, you barely ever see them, and especially, like, sort of up close, I mean, I barely have people in my car as well, so.
Yeah, exactly. You must love it when someone sits in your car.
Yeah, that's good. It's good because, you know, it's like, it's taken me 7 years to get the car to where it is now, and then just to hear like people's comments about it,
it makes your day, doesn't it? Like, that's the whole reason for yourself. Exactly. Well, it's not really for other people, really. It's just for yourself, isn't it?
Exactly, because I've already had a few comments saying like, the bonnets, like they just seem a bit weird.
Just haters, man. They're just gonna hate. Like, you can't hate on this car. Like, if there's no opinion to it, you can't say it's a bad car. Like, it's amazing.
And especially like I think it sort of proved itself when I was out on track at Japfest. Yeah. And literally this thing was just overtaking everything.
Really?
And I think that's when.
Straight here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Oh my god.
It's just all the noise, all the sound, and it's now got the performance to match. I mean, to be fair, I did notice the aero has taken away quite a bit of speed.
Oh yeah, you haven't adjusted it, have you?
Yes, because when I was on track on Monday, there was a chap with a supercharged 86. Yeah. His is running about 270, 280 brake.
Right.
And his, to begin with on a straight, would start to pull away slightly, considering, you know, I've got 228. But then sort of near the top end of the rev range where a turbo is stronger than a supercharger, that's where I started to pull him in. But it was very interesting to see that, again, the aero is working. Because again, when we went around corners, I could get onto the power so much earlier than he could. And it was just glued to the road. I'll never forget, there was a moment at Japfest when we were in the waiting area to go out on track. Yeah. And there was this Supra and this Skyline that were revving, and they sounded sick. Like, of course they do.
For sure.
I revved my little car, and then the owner of the Supra kind of looked over like, huh. And there's a video of me on Instagram with my little 86 keeping up with this Supra down the back straight, and then overtake him and then just leave him for dust.
That's insane.
And that sort of like split moment of, you know, we're not actually as slow as we look.
Yeah, absolutely. The best thing is when, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a sleeper car because it clearly isn't, but like you see the car and you're like, I can take that. Like, you know, but then like it just goes and goes and goes, doesn't it? It's like there's no stopping it.
Yeah, and what I still find mental to this day is like, you know, there's still so much more to come from this car. So, like, because eventually I do want it to be pretty much like a full dedicated track build. So the interior will be completely gutted out, it'll be roll caged up, it'll be even lighter. As of mentioned sort of earlier, like the turbo is on its lowest setting, so it's not even in its kind of final form power-wise. We still have like another 80, 100 brake to go, and then
that's going to be insane. That's going to be really crazy.
Exactly. And again, tyres, I'm still on road tyres. I'm not on track tyres yet. So there's still just so much more to come from the car. It's not even at its fastest yet.
Okay, real questions now.
Yeah.
What everyone wants to hear: how much are all your mods?
How much are my mods?
How much have you spent on your mods?
Probably the price of the car. So to be fair, I'm probably close to Supra money now.
Really?
In terms of like over the years, it's probably getting to that stage because, you know, again, there's a lot of car parts out there for the 86 which they're kind of cheap. Yeah. To be brutally honest. Yeah. And kind of one of the things that has put me away from them, some of those cheap parts. I mean, like, I have cheaped out in some places, like for example, my wheels are rotors, because if I wanted real T37s, they're like £3 grand, whereas the rotors were 660 quid, and at the time I wasn't earning as much, so they kind of fulfilled the need at that stage, and rotors are a decent wheel, but you know, like the aerodynamics, like the wing alone was like £2 grand. Yeah, for sure. I can tell that's a £2 wing. That's fully carbon fibre, huge, just insane. Just looks insane, doesn't it? Yeah, and literally, like I just look back at my rear mirror and I just see like this massive table, and it's like it's just so sick. And what's really cool as well is at night my tail lights kind of underglow underneath the wing.
Oh, really?
So it kind of makes like the underside of the wing kind of light up red.
Yeah.
It's
that must look so nice.
It is sick. It's
so sick.
It's a car that I've just absolutely love it. I just can't get rid of it because again, like when I was thinking about getting a Supra, the thought of me then selling this, I was like, I don't think I could do it. I genuinely don't think I could part ways with this car.
No, there's no way. You've done so much to it. Like when you've done this much to it, it's kind of like your baby, isn't it? Really.
Exactly. Literally my baby. You know, I've got plenty of friends that are having kids, getting married and stuff, and then I'm just here like, I got my baby. Literally that. It's a good laugh, and it's like so good because I took a long time to get it out on track as well, because I was basically doing all these parts and mods to make sure that it was going to be comfortable on track. And then again, sort of money was a little bit tighter back then, and now like sort of this year I'm hoping to do a lot more on the circuit. I mean, as soon as these tyres wear out, I'm going to get some actual more track focused tyres because I'm working from home like most people. I'm not using the car as much, so chances of me actually going out in the pouring rain, it's not likely. I won't have to worry as much.
Yeah. So do you reckon in total then on mods probably around 30k?
A little bit lower than that. I reckon it's in the regions of 20 to 25. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's still worth it. I mean, look at everything. Like. It's crazy. Yeah,
and I mean, you know, it's a one-of-one car, you know, like, and I think this is just modifications in general. Like, you know, that's why we modify cars. We want to make it personalised, and unique to our taste, and you know, that's why, you know, like I don't quite understand stance cars, but those guys like it. And to be fair,
to each their own, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. Exactly. The only issue with this car is it can't go over these square bumps. Yeah. Because the exhaust will scrape on it.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
But so it's like I've designed it like this because I want it to be a track capable car, so that's why everything is all that race car look to it, and it's only going to get more and more race car.
Only going to get more and more crazy. That's insane. Well, Alex, thank you so much for being on the channel. I'm going to shake your hand, take your hands on the steering wheel. But yeah, this is Alex's car, guys. It's an amazing car. But yeah, thank you so much.
No worries, guys.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Sup everybody, it's me again. If you're interested in Alex's GT86 and what he does with it next, be sure to drop him a follow on his Instagram. And as always, like, subscribe and share if you haven't already, because that helps me a bunch to grow. Cool. Alright, catch you in the next one. Peace.